how I feel as an outcard. Like, you can't compliment people. Like, that, it's actually so true. Like, I will actually say, wow, good job. Because, like, they'll die, but they'll kill the enemy jungle and stop him from doing dragon. Like, I'm being genuine. Wow, good job. But somebody just takes that as spite. And they're like, fuck you, Willie, you're hard. And I'm like, I was giving you a compliment. What the fuck? Chill. And it'll never change. I have always, again, been one of those compete or complain thinkers in the sense of, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not really about this or that. It's more just about understanding the game state you're in and saying this is what it is. But I'm going out of my way. If you guys have noticed, I'm doing what I can in my corner to try and make this fucking community better. I'm trying to give compliments to people. Every single game in the last 3 weeks, I've been telling people, good job, well played, XYZ. Because I'm going to change this community one fucking pleb at a time. Because challengers aren't dicks to their teammates. PSA. PS mother truckin' A. Challengers are not dickheads to their fellow teammates. Same team, literally. How do I want to play this? Let's switch that up. I like that song, but Nora's been listening to it. There's the Amumu on the Raptors. Raptors start from Amumu, great. Let a crash come. Ah! You got only 1,000 games on Udyr this season, bro. I'd get you to Masters in less than 200, no cap. First thing you're going to start doing, going to a practice tool, and until your clear is consistently below 315 on a blue or a red start every single time, you're not allowed to go into a ranked game. That's one of the first things I did back in the day when I was pushing a challenger, but, like, that's one of the first things anybody can clean up on Udyr, is it's like the tiny things like that. I'm going to go ahead and use my second smite charge here, and we're just going to rush over to his blue buff as much as we can. We don't have mid prio. Fine. I'm just going to have to double crab him then. His Raptors come up at 4 minutes, so my best play here is actually going straight over to there. One thing you can always lean on in the Amumu matchup is how slow Amumu's clear speed is. I'm going to go ahead and use the Awakening. I usually tell people don't use your Awakening when you're invading, but I don't have kill pressure on him because Udyr just doesn't do much damage right now. I can either do I have 1175? I do, okay. So my target first back is actually 1175 here. So what I'm going to do is swap that, and then we're going to come up here. Great. And then I'm going to question mark ping that, and then we're just going to come back down like that. Listen, I'm going to challenge you, boys. This is like the burden we all have to face, dude. People are even more of a dick to their junglers than they've ever been in the past. We just have to be nice to them despite their bullshit. They're lesser people for flaming us, truly. We're playing a hard role that requires a lot of thinking. To try and distract a teammate in that role is just dumb. Lacks brain cells to do that. You have to be nice back to them to get them off that ledge. Because if you respond with flame and they think you're bad, you're going to fucking send them off the reefer, dude. It's the burden all junglers have to bear, dude. I bet they're going to be on that. All right, we'll get a pink ward and a long. I don't think we fight that one right now. We've got Mel and Samira and Janna and Udyr. Like, we are not going to beat a Caitlyn, Nami, Yone, Amumu. They're so strong at level 6. I should have gone to his Raptors, actually. Should have gone top, but cool. I gotta leave. I don't think Riven's here, but please cross your fingers for me. If Riven's here, I just die. She needed to reset after that kill on Cassante and the wave crash, so that was the gamble there. I have to choose right now between Rift Grubs and full clearing. I'm going to go for the Rift Grubs, I think. And then I'm going to reset and then probably reverse clear. Since we have top prio, now the issue is we don't have mid prio. Mumu's here, which is really, really good for me. Can I save him? Nope. Honestly, like, we lost his life. That's the shitty part, but the fact that Amumu did not take my bot side cam, so he could have gotten like a 400 gold tempo on me there. That would have been disastrous. I'm tempted to just U-turn and go to the crab and my Gromp that's about to respawn, but nice news is about being patient when you gank with Udyr is like the enemy laners low-key just forget you're a thing, which is interesting, right? I'm going to try and move. Oh, I soaked a minion, which is actually kind of bad there. I'll start pushing towards her. Or him, rather. Here we go. Don't waste time. I really just need to clear this. We could have reset immediately, but I am a big fan of getting your Gromp on cooldown. Gromp and Krugs are your most valuable camps. Samira's got anything? Maybe? Yeah, I should have not done the Gromp. In hindsight, we just reset, run straight bot the next time. Mel is not in a great spot here. I'm going to wait for their bot lane, wait 5 seconds. They're recalling, so I don't want to show until their bot lane's in base, if that makes sense. Now that their bot's in base, my ADC can reset. They're going to try and run as fast as they can to get here to stop me. But I'm Spear of Chosen, Qmax Udyr. It's already dead. That's how to do a dragon. The other thing you got to think about, Amumu was top during that time as well, so whatever. Is Trinity not a better item for AD Udyr? People, GenderCon plays Triforce Udyr every time. I play Hybrid Udyr. I max R second usually. I play Udyr very different than a lot of other people. And it's not to like make a point, it's just, it's what's fun to me. Fun is the most important thing to climbing. If you ain't having fun, you ain't gonna climb. We're hunting for wabbits. Turn the stream off, you cunt. I probably stepped over a ward. You cunt. All right, they got feats of strength and first tower. Frankly, we'll be bot here in a second. We're going to have to go for Merc Treads, I think. Amumu, CC, Nami, Bubble gets affected by Tenacity. Riven Stun. Yone does not. Frozen Heart's really good against this team. So is Randuin's. Bye. All right, let's clear up to the Rift Herald if we can here. Keep going. But as you can see, Spear of Chosen first item does some damage. We really like Spear of Chosen on AD Udyr these days. It's cheaper than Triforce by a couple hundred gold, so you just get the spike a little bit sooner. You'd be surprised how important those last 200 gold are, or rather how hard it is to get. I'm going to hold the eye here. The eye does about... Actually, if Amumu's not coming, which is great. Nice. And then the other thing is we got our cross map set up, so that way the Mumu can't take anything down there. Great. I've got enough gold for my next component, but since we've got a minute on Dragon, your timer to reset before Dragon is 30 seconds. There's 58 on the clock, so we're good to do this for 20 seconds. See how that's still at 48. By the time I press back after the Grom's done, we'll be on tempo. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that into that. Great. I don't even know how to play this. We're going to hit this way, I think. I bet Amumu's in there. Who? How big's this shutdown? Ooh, 47, huh? I'll tell you what I'm going to do, actually. I was saying Frozen Heart's really good. It's really good against this team, right? So I think I'm actually going to flex this into a Glacial Buckler. Let's go Frozen Heart second, Rift third. I don't need Bloodletters because we're not like AP heavy like last. I mean, I could, but I'd rather go Riftmaker third, Frozen Heart second. A huge downside of Frozen Heart is it does not have a high health pool. I just built 650 health, right? So I'm actually in a really good spot right now to do it. Padilla. The other thing I could have done in last fight is I could have popped the Rift Herald too. As like an escape plan in case that happened. What does this give? 25 armor? I mean, fine. The mana's kind of golden efficient, but I like ability haste. An extra 250 gold worth of ability haste does go a long way. Skip the red in scenarios like this. Fun fact, Plas level like 11 or 13, I don't know the exact number, but your jungle camps literally are worth like a tenth of the fraction of what... I'm not going to pull the trigger here. Someone's in the river there. Cool. I'm glad I didn't commit to that. The other nice thing, if you think about it too, Frozen Heart is the ultimate counter to you Blade of the Ruined King users, because it does not increase your max health, but you get a fuck ton of armor. So they're not doing extra damage to you with the percent HP. It also means, since they have less attack speed, they've got less lifesteal on the Blade of the Ruined King, so they're healing a lot less than they would be. So I'm a very, very, very partial towards Frozen Heart if you see a Blade on the enemy team. It's one of the, like, Vayne hates fucking Frozen Heart. The attack speed debuff is so OP too on Udyr. Kind of just biding my time. We don't scale as well as the last team, but we definitely outscale the enemy team. I think the trick, though, is we have to keep Samira peeled at all times. She's doing a great job positioning, so I'm optimistic. This debuff is really big. Cool. Bad smite, but gets the job done. That was 10 out of 10 macro from our team there. Really proud of them. I'm going to go ahead and pick up another glowing mote, even though it's going to delay the item spike. This builds into this. Cooldown is one of the most important things on any form of Qmax Udyr. Old Qmax was attack speed reliant. Current Qmax is ability haste reliant. This is so sad they both get away, but that's my fault. I could have played this better, and I'm going to leave it at that. I was afraid of a boogeyman in my head that didn't exist. I thought Caitlyn did a lot more damage. Much better smite on that one. This is where Hybrid Udyr shines. It's this Lilia playstyle where you kind of just take the enemy jungle camps. I guarantee there are very few champions in the game that can keep up with a 2-item Hybrid Udyr. And believe you me, this is the playstyle I grew up learning jungle on, so it's the most comfortable to me, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of the fun part about current jungle. You know, I made that video, old jungle verse, but like new jungle, you do have a lot of playstyles that can work. The power farm like Lilia Hecarim playstyle is just one form, you know? Great. Like I said, usually I go Bloodletters if you've got a ton of magic damage, but I'm probably going to pull out the Riftmaker. Whoa, buddy. I'm playing their bot like a fiddle right now. Back it up, boys. This one's done. I can do my blue in 10 seconds, so I'm just going to do that real quick. This will also, so what we're going to do is we're going to wait until 25 minutes to kill it. Because it's about to transform. That way the whole team gets it instead of just me. See how that works? Ba-bam. While my team resets, I'm going to use this time to clear the camps. I'm kind of just farming out the next item at this point. The 0-2 Cassante has a bounty. What the fuck? I mean, I know as a team we're ahead, but that still doesn't make any sense. Bro's been playing in an unfair lane, and he's been trying his best to just farm. Mm-hmm. Ba-da-da. Dorks. Cool. Beautiful. What a savage. That line always, the glove doesn't fit. It makes me feel like OJ. What a bar, dude.
Dang. Call me so I can make it juicy for ya.